Hi, I'm going to make some Poo Doh and show you how to do that. So I've got everything that I'll need and I'm going to talk it through. So main thing you need is a bowl to begin with and put some flour in. You don't have to measure out the ingredients. I'm not going to make a massive amount. You put flour, I guess that's maybe like 1 cup. Salt. This is so that it doesn't go off so quickly, but kind of also helps with texture. Put the salt in. But basically what you're making is Play-Doh, a bit of oil, not too much oil, just a little bit. And the Play-Doh that you're going to make it like in water, brown. And that is then going to look like poo. So you're going to make basically fake poo. So mix it up. So as you're mixing it up, you'll see different textures. So this is like a little bit dry, and put a bit more water in. So if you're doing this with your kids, which is obviously what I recommend, then it's a really good opportunity to talk about poo and kind of normalize the whole thing. So you start seeing it come together there, and then the thing to do is to find whatever food colorings you've got at home. I don't have a brown one, so I'm going to see how it goes by putting a few other colors in. So I put a bit of blue and a bit of green. It can be a bit messy, to be honest, doing this, but kids love it. Put some yellow in. I have no idea what colour this is going to come out. It's probably going to not be brown at all, but I'm hoping that by mixing together a few colours, I might get something interesting. Might have to be blue dough. Okay. Anyway, so once you've got it into this kind of texture, you can take it out of your bowl and you can start making your poo. Yeah, this is going to be a really odd, maybe this is going to be mermaid poo. It's kind of quite sticky and green. So once you've got the ideal consistency as well, you can role model making the perfect poo. So the perfect poo is soft and smooth and not very wide, not necessarily as long as this. That might be a little worrying, but that's quite good. And if it were brown, then that would be perfect. And then with your child, you can talk about Mr. Poo, so you can introduce the character of Mr. Poo and how he likes to go to Poo Land and how he gets there down the toilet. And you can practice dropping some of these into your potty and then flushing them away down the toilet, so you can go through the whole sequence with them. One of the other things I think is quite helpful as well is if you imagine that you're trying to teach your child about constipation, and you're trying to teach them about how the poo builds up, and you can say to them, so when the poo's coming and it's ready, it's going to be here knocking on the door, but if you don't let the poo out and the poo's got nowhere to go, then it's going to stay there. And then the next poo is going to come along and come on top of that, and it's going to create a poo traffic jam. And the more that this happens, and the more poos that you get building up, eventually you get a kind of blockage and you get a big wide poo like that. And when that poo comes out, then it tends to be wide and it comes out looking kind of like this, like a big ball, really. And so if you're seeing that your child is passing that kind of poo, then that's a sign that it's been building up there a little bit before it was able to come out. You can also role model how it comes out by squeezing it like this, pushing it down and squeezing it out and having it drop down into the potty. So you can role model how poo comes out of the body. You can talk about how when your poo is ready to come out, then it will knock on the door and give you a feeling in your tummy so that you know, and then it will be time for the poo to come out. And you can generally do whatever you want with this, make it fun. You can make mommy poo, daddy poo, baby poo, Elsa, Anna, unicorn poo. It really doesn't matter. So have fun with your child making the Poo Doh, get into it a little bit, use it as a teaching tool, help them to flush some of it down the toilet, and then afterwards you'll see you also need to do hand washing with them. So it's a really great opportunity to learn the full sequence of skills that your child will need. And it's quite funny and fun, or at least it would have been if my kids were here. Anyway, I hope that was inspiring and helpful.